Hello, this is Tyger and this is my experience in native SOAR in the fall semester of 2021. What is my native SOAR story? Before I enrolled in this class, I was told about it by my family and family friends. I thought it'd be a good way to meet other Indigenous students, as well as flesh out my interest in becoming a teacher later in life. I've had many inspiring teachers in the past, so I've always had appreciation and interest in teaching. On the left is my creative writing on English teacher, and on the right is my European history teacher. These two really helped me a lot throughout my high school, and I've often think about them when I was making my lesson plans for my mentees this semester. During this class, I learned how to communicate with people, including my mentees, mentors, and classmates. We often planned lessons together, so I feel like our communication and organization skills improved. We made lessons for the Indigenous Arts program. We took turns giving out ideas and started planning out each activity and how much time each section would take. This class was all about striving for a better education and making meaningful connections. During our time in our Mount Lemon trip, I definitely connected with a lot of my classmates and learned a lot from them. Education will not be the same for everyone. Everyone's going to have different needs and interests in the education that they're pursuing, so it's the mentor's job to acknowledge that so they can provide the best advice and plan for each mentee. For example, some mentees did not want to go to university, while some were already looking for scholarships for a university. It's important to change your advice based on information like this, but as well as still encourage higher education. Everyone's going to have different goals, and they're all going to end up in a different spot. COVID definitely hit everyone's education hard. It hit mine hard in high school, but we can still learn as much as we can, and I think that's a good lesson to learn because a lot of time I feel like most of us are unmotivated, but I feel like we can still turn back and get on track. The last lesson I learned is that we should always seek to learn something from our peers and or mentees to improve ourselves. Especially if I want to become a teacher, I feel like this is important to turn every situation into a learning experience. On the left is us our last lunch together. This is we kind of just reflected on how our whole semester went, and I feel like we bonded as a class together. And on the right, I feel the same way. We bonded as a class together. I definitely connected with a lot of my classmates during this event on our trip to Mount Lemon, and we reflected on the whole semester as well. And this is my coloring book page activity I did with my mentee. On the left is my is Winter Rock, and on the middle is the Cocoa Paws logo, and on the right is the Kachina dolls. This helped spread awareness of just indigenous culture and just tribes in general. I found that this class was more impactful than I initially thought, and what I mean by that is that this class already helped me learn about the importance of planning and communication from my mentees and mentors, but I also learned about my history as well. I learned that I never really had classes that focused on Indigenous education as well as its culture and history, and I was shocked when I have not heard of some historical events during presentations in class, and this often disappointed me because I didn't know about some tragic events that happened. After this class, I think I have more interest in teaching than I did before, as well as a new goal to keep in touch with my Indigenous culture and learn more about it. This is a picture of me at our last lunch again. I feel like at this point I definitely changed my perspective on education and teaching in general. The things I learned in this semester, people come from all different kinds of backgrounds. Mentors need to base their lessons off this. Like I said, that everyone's gonna have different needs in the education they're pursuing. So I feel like mentors need to change or base their lessons off of what the mentees want. You're not alone, and it's okay to feel isolated from your own community. This class really helped me build my own community because I felt out of touch with my indigenous culture. This class really helped me build my own community for that. A helpful class is filled with creativity, challenges, and reflection. These are three things that I felt during the whole semester, and if I ever become a teacher, I'd want a class like that. To spread awareness of indigenous history and culture, this is always important, and I feel like it's important now because a lot of classes like this class don't exist. Keep in touch with my indigenous culture, stay active at the University of Arizona, keep in touch with my peers and ask questions to engage with my community. these are all related because you need to stay active in order to just get as much knowledge as you can. And lastly, tell people about native SOAR. I feel like this class was very therapeutic to me, and I met a lot of nice classmates that I will continue to talk to. And I'm grateful for this class, and as well as the mentees I mentored. And that's the end of my video. And these are two pictures of me at Mount Lemon that I took with my class.